Okay, so quick deck tech. This is basically the same as my last build. Just replacing the rest in pieces with replacing the relics with rest in pieces and replacing the the archons with eidolons. I think basically most of the time rest in peace is going to just be a powerful permanent effect, and I think we're going to be more than happy to have it instead of relic. And Eidolon is also, I think, because of that one extra toughness, it's going to be way better than Archon. The rest is pretty much the same as before. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. Just Solitude, still excellent, still combos excellently with Charming Prince and Flickerwhisp. This also pushes us more in the direction of Thraben Inspector. No Arbiters mean that I have extra free white mana, which I can Ghost Quarter to get extra planes, effectively converting a Ghost Quarter into extra planes if I really need them, which is actually huge because it makes Color Screw way less of an issue, basically for free. And I think that alone is worth it to lose Arbiter, but it also means that Arbiter doesn't conflict with Stoneforge Mystic anymore. So I've cut Arbiter and I've never looked back. I personally think Arbiter is extremely overrated. Yeah, and I think we've got way better cards to play anyway. Thalia, I think, is the ultimate taxes and death and taxes anyway. So, yeah, I mean, let's see how this goes. Mortarpod, obviously, always just a surprisingly serviceable card. Never amazes me. It never ceases to amaze me how many little one toughness creatures it can ping, how much like you can finish them off with ping with reach, how often it's just a serviceable body for a sword if need be. Yeah, just it's just, in my opinion, it's just an extra one of as another possible tutor target sometimes, but also just when you randomly draw it, you're never too. Like, one of the main things I like about this is just that with only 3 artifact and with only 3 equipment, you'd be surprised, but a decent amount of time you actually run out of things to fetch with Stoneforge Mystic. Just having one more thing to fetch actually is kind of nice, if we run out of the other ones. Anyway, all right, we'll see how the games go, and yeah, let's get to it. And of course, we have the entire protection from the rainbow with the other 2 swords. Definitely, these are the best other 2 swords in the game. Sort of Light and Shadow, like I think I mentioned last video, is definitely really good. I'm not sure if this is going to go up before before that video, or if that other video is even going to go up. But yeah, like basically Solitude, like we can exile Solitude, and then if we can bring it back, sort of Light and Shadow, it's sweet, but it's not as sweet as sort of Fire and Ice in the main, in my opinion. Body and Mind is basically here because it's nice to have the pro green in the mix, but also this is, and we don't see much Heliod combo anymore, but like against decks that gain like infinite life, it's really sweet to have an alternate win con to deck them. And I played this in Legacy, believe it or not, and actually the 2/2 bear. I mean, because in Legacy, obviously, it's really good because of True Name Nemesis. You need a way to get around that. But I think even in Modern, the colors, if the colors line up right, the 2/2 token is always going to be pretty decent. And the alternate, milling win con, especially against like Heliod, that could come in handy too. We'll see. And of course, against opposing equipment deck, Manriki Gusari is going to be the nuts. So, alrighty, let's see how the games go.
All right. Hello, everyone, again. Yeah, so for this week's shout out, yeah, special thanks to the patrons, and of course to all my watchers, everybody who supports the channel. But yeah, we got 2 new patrons since the last shout out. Thank you so much, Gabriel W. and Rodrigio. I'm not sure if it's Rodrigo or Rodrigio. Tomazi, thank you so much for joining the Patreon. And then a special shout out to the patrons, the old patrons, of course, but this has all been relatively recent, but so thank you, everybody. Thank you, Frederick LeMay, Pavilas Tomasauskis, excuse me, Alexis, Jeremy Elder, Brett, Michael Patton, Tyler Smith, Jonas Sandiger, SWDJP, Alexi Sherbako, Brendan Hopgood, Trent Crofts, Jeff Clark, Adam Boyd, Cody Bryam, and Alex Wilson. Thank you so much for all of your support, everyone, and also thanks for thanks for the suggestions from a number of my patrons. I appreciate them. You know, I may not always be able to implement all of them. I may not be able to implement all of them right away. Sometimes I do want to implement them, but I can't implement them right away. Sometimes I may not be able to implement them for whatever reason, but they're always appreciated. You know, like somebody suggested maybe uploading the videos all as one video, and originally I'm like, man, that's going to be a lot of extra work, but it turns out I don't think it's that much, and I think it's a little extra something that that could be. Well, I mean, it's something that differentiates the Patreon a little bit from the main channel. So hey, thanks for that. Thanks for that suggestion, and yeah, so as is typical with my shoutouts, I'm also going to go over a little bit what to expect this week. So yeah, so of course so basically, so first of all, what we have coming up this week, because this was posted early access last week, so this is coming up this week. We got Mono Blue Subtly Genius Merfolk, where I try out Memorial to Genius and Subtlety in Merfolk. Definitely encourage you all to to try. I mean, I don't know. Subtlety is not the cheapest card to try out, but I definitely encourage you all to watch and see if you might gain some valuable insights. I try all the crazy cards, so you don't have to. I think there's definitely something to be learned from this. I'm not going to spoil how it turns out, but I'm going to say Subtlety is not bad. I will definitely say that. And then there's Mono White Stoneblade. I continue my quest to. This is technically technically Mono White Death and Taxes, but I think when I get to the early access content in a second, I think you'll see why I tend to be calling the big league Stoneblade. Yeah. So anyway, it's kind of just the continuation of my Stoneblade journey. I got this coming up this week, but so for my early access, first I've got the Mono Red Obosh Hammer. Okay, and I am pleased to announce that this is going to be the first recorded league. Well, actually, okay, I recorded one previous league. It just didn't turn out well at all. This is going to be my first recorded league with the new microphone that I'm going to be uploading. So that's a milestone. The only thing, though, that I unfortunately have to disclose up front is that there's more to using this new microphone than apparently just like, how could I say? There's more to using the mic than just the mic. So there is going to be a little bit of background noise. It's not nearly as bad as with the old mic, but I have figured out how to solve that. Since this video, I am going to have some noise. It's going to be nowhere near as bad as the old mic, but there's still going to be some less than ideal audio as I'm figuring out how to work this the best. For at least some number of videos after I have the new mic, I think we can all agree though that it's still a lot better than the old microphone. But I have since figured out what the problem is, and to demonstrate that, I think I'm going to actually have another bonus match right here in the deck tech. It's not going to be with well, if it's the MHayashi Gaming channel, it's not going to be with the taxes content, and if it's I guess if it's the Magic Match channel, it's not going to be with the Merfolk content. But I'm going to have a little bonus Obosh Hammer match just to show me using the microphone with I think the best quality, and that's going to be the quality hopefully going forward. But just full disclosure, some of the most recent videos, and unfortunately I didn't catch on to this right away, so I do have a few videos for both Merfolk and Obosh Hammer recorded where my audio could be better for sure. What it is I think one thing is sometimes I didn't have the microphone close enough to my mouth as I do now, and since this is a dynamic microphone, I think the further I have my mouth away from the microphone, the more it picks up the background noise. That's what I think, at least. And second of all, for some reason, I had my fan that I have here in my room at the highest setting in some of these. If I have it on the lowest setting, it doesn't seem to pick it up. If it has it on the highest setting, it picks it up. So I apologize for that. but it's not that bad, I don't think. In any case, like I said, I think we can all agree. For one thing, there isn't this huge audio blast in the beginning. I mean, there's a little audio blast, but there's like isn't a huge audio blast like in the beginning. And as my little bonus match that I'm going to append here at the end of this shout out video is going to show, I think I've even corrected any audio blast issues. So yeah, bottom line is I've got the new mono red Obosh hammer content with the new mic coming up, and the audio quality is just going to get better from here on out. I hope you all like it. Yeah, this is also going to be skipping ahead a bit in my league, so it's going to be much closer to my recent builds. It's going to be we're going to start seeing where I'm experimenting, cutting down to only 4 1-drops instead of 8. So I basically just have Ragavan in the mix for this version. I'm not going to say though that I'm ultimately settling on that, because I'm still in the process of trying to figure out how to make the deck as good as I can. But I will say that this is something I experimented with a bit, and that's what we're going to see. I will, for all of those who want to see the remaining leagues between, I think League 41 was where we left off, and League 51, where we're going to be heading to the week after this following week, or this week if you want to sign up to my Patreon for early access so you can see League 51 right away. Either way, we're going to be skipping ahead either a week or 2 weeks, depending on, well, I guess either right now or or I guess a week actually rather. But we're going to be skipping ahead. But I do intend to still upload the other videos, including a number of trophies that I got before I recorded this League 51. My plan as of right now is I'm going to be uploading my older matches on the MHayashi gaming channel. So I think what's going to end up happening is my Magic Mat channel is probably going to end up being a more curated Magic type of channel with hopefully better quality overall. At least that's the hope. And my MHayashi gaming channel is, I think, going to be more, I guess you could say, bonus kind of content. At least for now. I mean, you never know how things develop. But so the rest of my leagues. I mean, sometimes I record so much stuff that some of my old leagues, they become a little outdated, like a new set release or something. I mean, geez, I recorded so much stuff even from previous sets. I mean, even from previous leagues. I've got stuff from, like, I think I got stuff from some before Strixhaven even was released, still recorded, that I've never gone up. I might even, if it comes to it, I might even be able to upload that stuff on MHayashi Gaming now, so you guys can get a glimpse of some previous formats. Point is I'm a little more willing, I think, to experiment on the MHayashi Gaming channel, because it doesn't bother me as much if I lose subscribers or something on that channel. The whole point of that other channel is going to be like just experimenting, I think. Anything gaming related, including Magic. Well, anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is I want to start putting up new content with the new mic, and we got Obosh Red, Obosh Hammer with the new mic next week. And then we've also got Mono White Stoneblade League 4, and of course, as the thumbnail would indicate, we are trying out Ephemerate in the Taxus shell. And I think you all will, hopefully, if you're interested at all in Taxus, I think you'll like to see how Ephemerate performs. I think there's definitely a lot to be there's a lot of value potentially there in in maybe how that turns out. How I don't want to spoil it, but I will say this much: I definitely really like playing Ephemerate. We don't have the new mic for this one, so just full disclosure. Probably most of the stuff for a while now on my MHayashi Gaming channel is going to be old mic content. And I'm going to try to make an effort to have more new mic content coming up on my Magic Mat channel. But for those who are interested in following my quest to become a Death and Taxus / Stoneblade master, we got Ephemerate Stoneblade, or actually I call it Blinkblade in my deck binder. I could call it Blinkblade on YouTube too, maybe. But hope you all enjoy. if you're interested at all in seeing some of this new content, and seeing some of the early access content, consider becoming a patron. Your support is really appreciated, since I'm getting so much new support, and since it's so inspiring. That's one of the main reasons I went ahead and got the new microphone. Hope you all enjoy, and hope you enjoy the bonus Obosh match with hopefully my much better mastery of the microphone, to show you that I do think I have it. I do think I've got pretty good content that you can all look forward to with good audio quality coming up. Just be patient. Remember, I'm still learning how to work the new microphone too, and I think we're gonna get there to a little more professional quality. Don't worry. Anyway, take care, everybody. Again, special thanks to all my patrons, and yeah, have a great week. Really hope you enjoy the stuff that I got coming up. Take care. Okay, so you know what? I think this might be a bonus match that I might upload just to show the quality of the new mic in an actual game, maybe. I'm not sure. In any case, I'm going to record this because well, why not, I guess, right? All right. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, let's get to it. So 2-man, make of those what you will. I think we can do better than this. Yeah, and I think this is indeed better than that. Man, I like the idea of Pyrite Spellbomb, but I just think that the rest of this hand is just much closer to where we want to be. Maybe I always should have been playing Elixir of Immortality as like a 2-of maybe, instead of the Radiant Fountains. Playing Blaststone in the main frees up sideboard space for similar type of effects, and it's a totally main deckable sideboard hate type of card. We know that because of how much experimentation we did with colorless lands. Okay. Blah. Blah. They gonna let us take our turn? Okay. Alrighty. Alright, well, gotta play this now, otherwise it's gonna come into play tap permanently. And thankfully we got another untapped land waiting in the wings. The question, of course... Okay, this looks like Grixis Shadow. Grixis Shadow. I'm calling it Grixis Shadow until further notice. Well, it's Grixis something. Street Wraith heavily signifies shadow. Whoops. Alright, there we go. Whoopsie daisy. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to jam Moon, because if this resolves, I think we win. If it doesn't, okay, good. We have the Blast Zone. Now, hopefully their ability to lose life is circumscribed. We're a little bit worried about Stubby D, but they concede already. So, man, if only this said target player gains 5 life, because then that could really be an excellent removal spell against Death Shadow. Alas. Alright. I guess this sideboarding is going to have to be a mini deck tech too, I guess, because, it's a good opportunity to just see the whole deck list. Yeah, we're trying Dragon Race Channeler again. once again, that means basically Bone Crusher basically has to get cut. There's a number of different cuts we could make, but you know, at least where I'm at right now, I'm kind of thinking Bone Crusher maybe is the most cuttable. It's just so hard to like not justify running Dragon Race Channeler when we've got like 12 lands that could potentially send themselves to the grave. And you know, yes, like this basically has to be dealt with, so it can send itself to the grave either by blocking if you really need it, or by like attacking, and a lot of times they have to deal with it, or it just spirals out of control a lot of times for them. Plus like the 8 instants, 8 sorceries, you know, 4 artifacts, 4 enchantments, 16 creatures, 4 of which send themselves to the graveyard, you know, automatically. For me, it's just hard to justify not running Dragon Race Channeler. Such a good card. I mean, Bone Crusher Giant's a good card too, so it's obviously a bit of a identity crisis of sorts to have to make the choice there, but you know, there you go. In any case, in this matchup, what are we gonna do? What are we even playing again? Oh yeah, Shadow. So okay, Pillage for sure. We'll take 2 of those. Ensnaring Bridge, we'll take 2 of these. I think Relic will take 4 of those. I don't think we need Pirate Spellbomb. Could be totally wrong. Fury might be unnecessary too, but you know what it is actually, it's the creatures, Dragon Race Channeler and Ragavan. They've got so much removal, we just don't need these. Yeah, that's how we do it. That's how I recommend doing it. Yeah, they just kill your creatures on sight, but we win the long game, so yeah, we win the long game, so I recommend going like, basically we turn into a control deck, as y'all may have noticed how I approach the Shadow matchup. If we can just keep their shadows from getting out of control, if we can land a Blood Moon, both work towards a lock with maybe our 2 pillages too now from the sideboard, but like work towards a lock plus even if we're not locking them out, at least we're locking them out of gaining more life. All right, we'll keep. Yeah, it's just basically, as long as we can keep their shadows from juking us, then a lot of times like we could just spiral the card advantage out of control eventually, and we alpha strike. I mean, there might come a day where Death Shadow they try to go ultra grind themselves, and maybe they even play grindier, overall grindier package than us. One that's also not overly crippled by Blood Moon, or can deal with Blood Moon easily, and not kind of discard, because eventually we will draw into Blood Moon. Yeah, I don't know, but as of right now, we definitely win the long game, so we just turn into a control deck, basically. Okay. Alright, now, I like the idea of Den of the Bugbear coming into play, but I think, and actually in retrospect, I probably should have just played Den, because what if they got Ragavan? Be nice to hold up Spikefield. Okay, good, they don't. But that was actually, in retrospect, kind of a risk we didn't need to expose ourselves to. Might as well play Den now, because it's going to come into play tapped if we play it at any point later. Alrighty. Well. I think somebody has a Scourge of the Skyclaves. Well, who do you think you are, mister? Okay. Yeah, I guess that somebody is them. I could try to play Ensnaring Bridge, but unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I'll go down to 5 cards. But if they have like Kolaghan's Command, then that's just that. That being said, if they have Tumor Battle Rage, they basically just win. No, actually, but they have to reduce their life total. Yeah, if they like reduce their life total to 7, and they tomorrow Battle Rage, then this will get past like a token blocker. It'll deal 5 damage to me from first strike, bringing me down to 9. And since they're at 7, if we go down to 9, that'll plus it by 5, needless to say. So then it'll go to 11. Yeah, and then that's lethal. So I think Ensnaring Bridge may be our jazz. Well, let's try it anyway, because they have to have exactly land and Kolaghan's Command in their hand. I mean, we could also like double Fury, but it's a little bit too much card disadvantage, I think, for my taste. I'm a little bit worried about that. And plus here, we could just pump up the Blast Zone if they give us enough time. And I guess, well, you know, okay, if this is a match that goes up to show the mic quality, I apologize that obviously couldn't be a little more dynamic, but well, you know, at least we struck fear in the heart of the shadow player. We cast a shadow on the shadow. I don't know. Honestly, my bet is this player is probably just trying to jam some quick games for some proof of concept or something, and is not like terribly invested. Maybe they're not even sure they want to play shadow. So you know, I don't know how much we can read into this. This is always the issue with 2-mans, but hey, I mean, what can I say? A win's a win. We get to get a few more play points. So I don't know. But hey, proof of concept for us too. Ensnaring Bridge definitely can do well. Blast Zone was obviously, if this was a more serious game, Blast Zone would have played mop up duty, hopefully, and yeah, and you know, Fury had the ability to kill this thing, whereas Bone Crusher didn't. So basically, all of our cards were conspiring together to have a pretty good game against Scourge. So anyway, there's what else to say, but this has been the test game. So yeah, we'll see. All right, hope you all liked it. Take care.